do. Bitcoin's trash technology. It has very low throughput. You can never do all the transactions of the world on it. It has a very conservative roadmap that never improve it. The price performance is garbage. So from the COVID dip, Ethereum outperformed Bitcoin by threefold, and Hex outperformed.
So with all those flaws, why do you maintain it's better than gold?
Well, because the price chart of gold sucks. And the problem with gold is...
No, you're just looking at a 40-year price chart. So why don't you look back at...
40 years old, bro. How far back should I go?
Well, if you were my age, you could go further back and see gold. When I was born, gold was $35 an ounce, and now it's $1,910. So it's done pretty good over my lifetime. No, I'm not.
You can't start
but you know what?
By saying, I don't suggest anyone invest in it, and then come hard later.
No. Gold is a better store of value than fiat currency. And so if you want to save, I recommend saving in gold. There's a difference between saving and investing. An investment...
a weaker opponent than fiat. That's the weakest comparison imaginable.
Well, that's what gold competes with. It competes with fiat.
40%. Used cars are up 40%.
But you know what? Gold, to me, I think gold is actually pretty cheap right now, which is why I have about... Well, that may be the case. I mean, platinum is normally higher than gold. Platinum, I agree. Platinum looks pretty cheap, but I think gold is.
There is.
I think gold is so low right now that in my personal portfolio, about half of what I own is in gold and silver mining stocks. So I have made a big personal bet. I think gold is so cheap right now. I'm investing in companies that own it and mine it. And I do think that a mining company that owns gold and mines it, that is an investment. Now, over time, gold mining companies are not the greatest investments to hold for a lifetime. But if you think there's going to be a big bull market in gold, which I do, I think over the next 5 or 10 years, we're going to have some spectacular returns in gold mining stocks. And so I have a much bigger allocation there than I do to the physical metal, which I just regard as savings. And then my other allocations, I have overweighted other hedge areas. I have my second biggest allocation is to the energy sector. So I have a lot of money in that sector because I'm particularly concerned about inflation and about what that does to the value of fiat currencies and the impact that has on commodities, all commodities, not just gold. And so I want to own companies that are positioned to benefit from a huge bull market in commodities.
Let me just jump in there,
I agree with much of what you said.
gentlemen.
I think inflation's terrible.
I think we should just change gear a little bit, and I want to apologise to everybody. The sound quality is not great at Richard's end.
Really?
It's
Is it too quiet?
as Peter said, is it? I do apologise. So it's a little bit.
I'm gonna turn my mic down.
Turn your.
No, he said it's on my end. I don't.
Peter's too loud.
I mean, I see red bars. I know it's something.
Well, I can move my lapel mic lower on my lapel. Does that help?
Yeah, that'd be good. Thank you. Maybe do that.
I just did that. Yeah.
I'm not clipping now. Am I good now, guys?
Okay, Richard's good. A little bit of a challenge with Peter, but thank you.
Can devs do something?
I asked both of you to submit a question to the other person. And so here is that question that you both asked each other. And first of all, it's Richard's special question to Peter. Peter, have you ever thought about how much money you've cost people that followed your advice over the years? Or the kids that didn't get to go to college? Or the bills, medical bills that were not paid? And the loss of lifestyle because of your bad advice?
Well, I don't think I've been giving bad advice over the last 20 years, so the answer to that question is no. I haven't thought about that. Over the course of 20 years, have there been individual investments that I've recommended that didn't work out? Of course, there have been. And there have been that have worked out spectacularly well. Over 20 years ago, what was I investing in? I was investing in, energy stocks when...
Oh, I'm getting like lag over here. I don't know. Just issues since I started the stream. Bandwidth or something. Sorry. This has been pretty good though so far. Yeah, I'll just have to wrap it up on that. Stream's about to start and just have to revisit. Hold on.
bet Mrs. Audio is better.
No, man. I don't even know. Like my browser, anything I'm trying to get going right now is lagging out bad. So just hang tight. Hold on. Dude, sorry.
I bet
I'm
Mrs.
having
Audio is better.
issues right now. What's happening? It doesn't listen to my computer. Wow, we may not even have audio today because it just doesn't work. I don't know. If this keeps lagging, then we're done. Anyway, hello, Tritos. Welcome to the stream, and welcome to a really bad day for index funds where significant developments have occurred. We'll look at those. Bitcoin so far, all we had, structurally was some sort of descending broadening wedge that you had a false breakout. And once the index funds began to roll over earlier during trading, Bitcoin also reversed and has fallen back into that structure. Has fortunately not yet made a lower low than its previous low from February 22nd, and is still about 15% higher than its lows from January 24th, which you have to take note of that. Understand how different that is, because Bitcoin and Ethereum and a lot of altcoins are outperforming the index funds, where today the Qs, the NASDAQ, the S&P 500, they all have broken levels from January 24th today, right? So maybe no action to take, but something to take a mental note of. Outperformer in these bearish conditions, good, because when those index funds eventually bottom, the ones that don't lose as much value oftentimes rally much harder than the macro, all right? As we saw with the Qs and the NASDAQ itself during the COVID crash, where the Dow Jones and S&P lost about 35% of their value. At the lowest point, only the NASDAQ and Qs only lost about 29 to 30% of their value. And when the V-shaped recovery began, when the reversal started, the NASDAQ and the Qs outperformed the living crap out of the S&P and the Dow Jones. That's good. So I know it sucks. Crappy times for crypto equities, all that, but that's just one little positive to take from what's occurring, where they're both selling off, right? Good audio check. We good? We okay? All right. So it's your daily. We can look at the, well, that's 4 hour. Now we look at the daily. Daily, nothing. Like yesterday was kind of a nothing candle. Today is kind of a nothing candle. You don't have a lower close. I mean, than your close from a couple days ago. Your negative momentum's building. Your RSI's in the bearish control zone. Yeah, so nothing sticks out as it's time to reverse. The reversal's coming soon. Now, the daily oscillators are implying that, yeah, there could be more downside, and it really wouldn't be weird. Unfortunately, yeah, it sucks. So that's kind of it for Bitcoin on the daily. We go to the 60-minute, I guess, right? So you guys, this is much better looking. All right, a really pretty structure on the 60-minute, but you just couldn't hold, and now you're working on 46 minutes, but 60-minute bearish engulfing candle, and that makes sense. Like drawing down more would make more sense here. And really, it's always a little less clear, but with Ethereum, it's almost always clear. It's almost really clear. Just going back to the point when it topped out, making a lower high than previous high, there was no controversy. It wasn't like Bitcoin was like up thrusting through its previous discernible high that could have reversed its trend. It even gave you a type 2 return, and it was a lower high, so there was distribution again confirmed. Type 2 return of the bearish bat, and the drawdown has been great performance. The downtrend that you've been in for months, you have reconfirmed. Well, you up thrusted through it, and now you're falling back into it, right below the supply line. You failed twice now. That's really bad. I mean, you could be like inverse head and shoulders. Not until you pivot here and then rally and break the neckline again, dude. Okay. Yeah. So just say like, to me, where we are, contextually where Fibonacci is concerned, to me it sticks out as this. Hold on. I don't even know where the visibility is. It's so whack. Is that it? Is that how it works? So annoying, dude. What? Bro. Super annoying. Give me a sec. I gotta find this. Where is it visible? Dude. TradingView is such crap. This change. So stupid. You can't find where things are visible now. Look at that. Like, what? Jesus, dude. I don't understand. Like, what the... Jesus, dude. So I don't even want it on that time scale. Just give me a break, man. Let me just plot my stuff without being... I mean, you know, lack of a better term, molested, dude. Getting molested about TradingView's stupid crap. All right, so to me, it's like you've just confirmed more distribution. You've confirmed a lower high than the previous highs. You've confirmed you're below the 200 moving average on the 4 hour. You've confirmed you're back inside the bearish trend, without a doubt. To me, I would look at this like, why touch Ethereum if you're talking about swing trading? Why even look at it until $22.85, $2,300? You would wait. You just wait. Like, you can't. How do you take action here? There's like no support looking left. It's confirming tops. Technically hidden bearish divergence locally on both oscillators on the 4 hour. I mean, there's literally no bullish argument, even if it rallies here. It's just ridiculous, man. So, yeah. Anyway. Should I say music was okay on like decibel levels? Audio's okay. Yeah, okay. Just making sure. Okay, so Bitcoin Ethereum, unfortunately. And then, you know, you're not going to be like satisfied. You're not going to be happy with me. I'm going to total right now, and total's bearish. Total's extremely bearish. Look what it's done. You know, it made a lower high, just like Ethereum did. Confirmed the downtrend still intact. And now it's broken below the inflection point or zone. Back in February last year, you broke down, and now you're bearishly back testing it, confirming what was once resistance is resistance again. That will be confirmed in 43 minutes. That's not bullish. What about that sticks out as bullish to anyone that literally respects support resistance from history? I just don't know like how you can be like, oh dude, don't worry about it. It's bullish. It's just, these are bearish things, right? It's also bearish when you're back testing it again, like back here, like when you were back bearish engulfing, then you rallied. Okay, cool. That's new data right there. Things are kind of interesting again. Oh, we're starting to break out, but then like the new data started reconfirming what kind of trend we're still in. All right, still bearish trend. Yeah, lower highs, and then now you're back below support resistance and it's being regarded as resistance again. So there could be 1.3. I mean, I guess minimum 1.5 just to go test this low, but 1.3 really based on historical context. Straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up. I mean, that's pretty much what you do in between this level. So I just wouldn't be that surprised. And based on Ethereum's chart, I wouldn't be surprised at all. I mean, again, I think we got lower to go on this one, which means like, Bitcoin's less clear, but Ethereum's pretty much being very clear, just like it was up here, February 10th. So, all right, ruined your party. Bitcoin's selling off at its lows of the day, I believe. 37,168. We are in power hour, right? Power hour, last 60 minutes of the day for crypto, and selling off pretty hard. Let's go back to it. Here it is. Chat, do we have a dump stream again? Don't kill the messenger, man. Don't kill the, streamer. Or just ugly stuff. Only lower highs, right? You get that. You understand. Even you get the 60 minute, this high from February 23rd was lower than this previous low. In fact, from a high to low, mini Fibonacci, it was an 88% retrace. Wow. So just maybe a scuff day shark wave structure here on a less significant time scale. Hit its PCZ or whatever and just rolling over. And here we go, chat. Bitcoin's 37,055. Are futures dumping? Futures aren't dumping. Bitcoin futures is dumping, right? But I'm talking about the index funds. I have them up on my screen because it is the season to be monitoring futures. after some stuff's happened today that we're going to go into, but still, I can't really keep going on when Bitcoin's hitting its lows of the day, right? Or this 4-hour candle. So let me try to move on. But if I move on, then Bitcoin hits its lows of the candle, and I'm trying to keep y'all, people are here for that too. All right. The good news is the stock market's technically closed. So, I mean, like, it's not like anything, you're not screwed till tomorrow. Okay, let me try to move to BNB. That looked okay, and it's not now. It's not okay now. I mean, it's really
Storage,
like...
please, mate. Is that an M shape on the weekly? PCZ equals maybe 63 or 52 cents.
Well, look, Nick, thank you, man. Coming up the time, mate. Thank the bot. So, you know, this, I think BNB would be like a pretty awesome trade setup if conditions and context wasn't so bad. Or like, think about, you know, just critical thinking. We like M shapes, we like confirmation lows, we like supports, we like divergence at the same time. That's kind of like all the variables converging at one area. We'll love it. All right. Well, you'd think like if market conditions, if the index funds weren't going into a bear market, which looks like it's confirmed today, at least on one or two of them, if that wasn't the case, this would be a great opportunity for a long. But based on the market conditions being so terrible, until you get back above certain levels, I don't think you can be long. How can you like really be long on crypto? Crypto is just a very, very risk on asset. And when everything's going risk off, it just doesn't matter. They're just a bunch of other tech stocks. And you know, it's hilarious. Think about it like this. I mean, when you've got the all those speculative assets, those IPOs, you know, those unicorns or whatever, they're all down 75, 85% from their highs. Some of these
broke it a couple of times in the past that led to a 40% plus down move.
Oh, I mean, if you're surprised about Bitcoin dumping more, like, you're just not paying attention. It's like everything's bad. It's definitely the sound clip of
every day I check the price, bad price.
Yeah, so like this is a beautiful bullish potential trade setup, but hard to take action with conditions so bad. All right, like you think one bottom, a second bottom if it could hold, but it's probably not going to hold. Dude, for real. I'm not kidding. Like you just, anything bullish right now, you just got to be careful. Any kind of type 2 return on harmonic, it's unless it's an anomaly like Luna, probably not going to play out. Okay. But yeah, just for the sake of education, harmonic at inflection point with a second low, with maybe divergence developing if it was going to pivot here. But that's the thing. It's like if it was going to pivot, it doesn't look like it's pivoting right now. There's no indication that BNB has bottomed out here, and this was the second low. Nothing's indicating that yet. It's just a great example of how one could size something up, or just, hey man, maybe like, you know, a year from now or 6 months from now, or when market conditions improve, like the macro isn't like getting scary bearish and breaking critical supports. Hey, these are great ideas for potential longs. What's up, Fargy? Yeah, dude. Yep. So it's like, oh, it's cool, you know, that it, you know, if exactly where one could take action if, again, you had a bullish macro. You don't. So I mean, it's cool to look at and take heed of if you're learning and stuff, but you know, you gotta be really cautious in this market environment, Fed tightening and all that. So let's that was BNB. Let's look at XRP. Why not? You know, it's not doing too hot. I mean, it's still holding that 69 cents area. It's the same price it was yesterday. But yeah, once that breaks, you got another 10 cent downside. All right, once 69 cents breaks, you go to 58 cents, and that will happen if Bitcoin continues to drop. Right, if Bitcoin takes out its previous low around 36.4, XRP is going to 58 cents. So don't even think that it's immune. Even though it look again, hey, it looks pretty good. Higher lows. It keeps making higher lows. It's showing harmonics. It's reacting at 886s. That's cool. But your macro is terrible. So, dang, man. That means like there's kind of like if you're thinking about the cake baking analogy, when the macro is bearish, it's like you're trying to put all the ingredients in the baking tray and there's like a hole in the baking tray, like literally, like it's hard to bake when there's a hole, right? When you have all the raw ingredients and you're putting it in the oven, leaking in the oven. It's like counter trend trading.
4 hours hidden bearish div.
Yep. I think so. Something was showing hidden bearish divergence. Oh yeah, I think it was CrowdStrike. Oh dude, so ugly. Okay, so good luck, XRP, but it's got more, how much percentage downside if Bitcoin wants to roll over? You got another 15% downside, and it'll be fast if Bitcoin doesn't recover soon. All right. Well, hopefully you're out of that, Smitty. Hopefully that you had stops and stuff, because yeah, it was just the Gartley. Like it looked like it made lower highs, but then ended up transformed and morphed into a Gartley and held support and then started rallying, and nothing else rallied. Even though many things showed the exact same type of stuff, the lower highs, they've started dumping hard, right? Yeah, it's wild. It's just an anomaly. It's crazy. Bad luck, Well, that's, hopefully you learn something then if you're not trying to protect yourself. Because things go south, man. One up or down, right? Okay, so XRP, then Cardano, which we need to look at Cardano because I think you can understand that it really hasn't collapsed yet, off the face of the earth, but stage is kind of set. Right, you're back testing that pathetic joke of a support from April 24th last year. It is now resistance, right? And it was support again. So I guess you confirmed that it actually is kind of real, not much price action, but now it's like it was support, now resistance for the first time literally ever in human history. It's 92 cents, never been a resistance. Now it is. So you can understand when you break support, which this is a trash support anyway, and then you back test it successfully. That is a form of confirmation to market participants that the top is in and more downside is upon us. That's what this is applying right here. We'll see what happens though, right? I mean, we'll see, yeah. I mean, you look left. If it rallies here, who cares, right? I mean, until it gets above $1, you cannot be bullish. It's really until it takes out its previous highs of 126. You cannot be bullish on this asset. There's always a chance it rallies, but why don't you wait for it to rally and it gets above critical areas before you even talk about it again, right? We're just going to keep looking at it because it's one of the largest market cap cryptos out there. Okay, so do we really need to look at Sol still trying to hold on in nowhere, middle of nowhere? Trying to hang on to nothing. Just trying to hang on to its local low that it just created January 25th. It's that high from August 20th too. Very weak price action. Okay. You gonna long this? Anyone gonna long Sol? I would just wait till $50. Just wait, man. Just wait till an 886. Don't be fooled. Oh my God, it's double bottoming. If it does, who cares? It's like, oh, double bottoms makes probably another lower high in the previous high, just dumps again. It just underperforms and then crashes. Okay. I hate to be the bearer of these are not great things happening on these assets, but then we do have to do this too. We have to look at these. All right. Here's your S&P 500s that had its lowest daily candle close since June 21st, 18th, whatever weekend was there. You have, with confirmation, fallen below the high from May 7th last year, the low from July 16th last year, and the wick from January 24th. Kathy Woods called the bottom there. Clearly she was wrong, and breaking critical support like this, unless it's not about the breakdown itself, which is confirmed, it is about the immediate fall through price action you receive after the breakdown. So the coming days will be extremely important to pay attention to. If it's a real breakdown, you might have some indecision, but you should start marking down hard fast if this is a true breakdown. All right, because you could just literally hang out and then start rallying, roaring upward, breaking back above support resistance, and all of a sudden it's a potential double bottom. Yeah, and it starts really a wave like an XABCD. But for now, until we get more data, extremely bearish. Price action and technical support broken today with confirmation candle close. That's not good. Very, very bad price action. Okay, so that's your S&P. Then we got Dow Jones. Also did not do well today. Lowest daily candle close and a technical gap fill, chat. Oh, I didn't even notice this. There was an open gap on the Dow Jones Industrial from April 1st of last year, and it is, well, I guess it was filled. Yeah, it was technically filled on January 24th, but now with the candle close, it is truly filled. Yep, again, lowest price since April of last year. So it's like worse than the S&P. And you're just barely getting oversold. You're sitting at 29.43 on the RSI. Negative momentum building. Eventually you'll get bullish divergence, but who knows how low it could go. I mean, like, you know, technical support's looking left. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. There's not many strong ones, is there? I mean, there's some swing lows and highs around here, but are they major? Are they going to hold? I don't know. Like, right? I think we could Fibonacci from the low to high of, like, from, you know, June to all-time highs. 1272 would be a reasonable first target, $32,238. If this is a real bearish breakdown, we must get some follow through. But yeah, that's a good start. And then after that, a 1414, 31709. And then we could maybe get some, let's see if there's confluence, maybe with the 382, a major 382. Low to high. Oh no, it would be like, you haven't even made a 23% retrace on the Dow Jones yet. You understand how much downside potential there is? Nothing even, all right, so even those miniature Fibonacci's don't even make sense. You understand, like, where you are, the moderate retrace, the beginning of the golden zone is like $29,900. It's pretty much your pre-COVID all-time highs. Like that, it's like, so to me, that's probably your major target down there if this is a real bearish breakdown and we go into a correction bear market. Yep. 29,564. See what happens tomorrow. And you have the NASDAQ. Sweet mother of God. NASDAQ, well, you can understand it is at support now. It's already broken and respected what was once resistance, support. Support is resistance with a couple up thrusts and then even a little back test of the up thrust. Beautiful. So perfectly bearish and follow through. And now sitting at the low from May of last year. If you don't hold that, you go down to 12,254, which is interesting because it would be an actual 38% retrace from your low to high. So the Dow Jones is massively outperforming the NASDAQ, where you're almost at a 382, and the Dow Jones has to go down thousands of more dollars to see a 382 itself. So here's your golden zone, yep, where it makes sense, where moderate retrace levels. I mean, 382 kind of makes sense because it's like kind of a low from March of last year. So I think that's probably where you're headed. But yeah, there's support. You haven't broken it yet. Not yet, dude.
Sweet mother of God. Thank you, Mitch.
Thank you, Contrarian. Appreciate the 5, dude. Through chat. Yeah. Bad price. Bad price all around. And then let's go to the Russell 2000. Are you surprised? After double topping at what should have been support, it became resistance twice. Are you surprised with this price action? Hidden bearish divergence and your negative momentum is just beginning to build again on the daily. Very bad. Yeah, I don't think 1926 is much of a support. Dude, 1743. I mean, the most reasonable to believe targets where there's actual support, not just Rudy Poo land. Yeah, down here. Your 2018 high and your pre-COVID crash high. And it's near 50% retrace. Yeah, that's probable where you're headed, you know? Unless you just somehow double bottom here, that would require the index funds to fake out massively and start V-shaping. Okay, so just very, very bad. All right, so those are your index funds. Now we must go to a non-depressing market that has been, no surprise, daily bullish engulfing candle confirmed yesterday. New day up just 0.1%, nearing the highest levels you've seen since, I mean, really, June 1st, you are at those highs. And soon that'll be broken. 1921 is plotted on this chart because if you look left, it is the highest, it was at one time the highest peak of all time from September of 2011. I have an alert set up there. So if I hear the beep or breaching that, I think that's extremely important. I think that's like everything. Once you break that, I don't know how much these local highs, 1950, are going to even matter. I think the big one's going to be 2060, 2070. We think eventually in a few months, $2,500 plus. This is the inverse of everything equities. This is not doing what equities are doing. This is a massive bullish cup with handle that has already broken out of its handle. All it has to do is break the cup, the neckline. And that is what I was talking about. 1921 is the true neckline here. So massive upside. Hidden bullish divergence on the weekly continuing to develop. And this has not changed. Same analysis has been that way. Right. Gold target of a breakout. I mean, I'm thinking like if it breaks 1921, I think your target's 2075. What all-time highs, whatever the all-time high wick is, 2077. If you break 1921 eventually, I just think it's going to go way higher. I think you're going to get something like we saw in 1980 possibly, where that 10-year yield moon went insane and gold went up 6 times, right? It was a 6-time multiplier, appreciation value, and a bubble pop. Yeah, bubble happened and it popped and it got obliterated and lost all its value. But the 10-year yield is doing really well right now, and I think gold is about to be ready to moon.
BTC was. Can't seem to find it with YouTube scrubs.
Bitcoin gap. I think we already filled it. Well, there's a open gap without a candle close at 29,600 on the monthly. Daily gap. There's an open gap at 39.7, it seems like, yeah. There is an open gap on Bitcoin at $23,600. I think you have a closed gap, which is kind of interesting. I think it's like it could be closed. I think like for real gaps where traders settle up, I think like the truest gap is like 32,315, the candle high close where they settled up versus where they didn't settle up. So I think that's kind of open still, but that's just my opinion on gaps and candle closes and stuff. I mean, you're talking again 32.3 or whatever. So yeah, not so great. Let's go to silver now. Silver chat. Wow, what a day yesterday, huh? Highest daily candle close since November 19th, above the 200-day simple moving average for the first time since frickin' July of last year. Let's go. Silver was showing all kinds of accumulation, and it's playing out, man. And you got higher to go. At least I think you have higher to go. You're not even overbought on the daily, 67.6 bullish control zone. Everything's good. Everything's real good. And being above that 200 moving average is even better. Icing on the cake. But you can't act like this was weird or didn't make sense. This was, even when it started selling off, it's like, give me another low. I even threatened, I even like provoked market participants. I'm like, give me this third low and see what happens. Yeah, you give me a third higher low. Oh my God, it's on. You load the boat on the third low and then it rallies and gets above the critical support and then back tests it and engulfs. Good God, a lot of bullish stuff. It's not just that. It's also gold, silver, and platinum, man. Platinum, where I think 1337 eventually. This is in an uptrend, double bottomed, about to break the neckline of the double bottom at 11.11. I'm adding alerts, have an alert set up right there. Yep, $1,300+ on platinum. So uptrend happening. You understand? On precious metals, not equities. You think that was it, man? You're like, oh wow, it's just precious metals, I guess nothing else. How about this? How about wheat futures? Oh my god. Wheat futures, just they had the idea of the inverse head and shoulders and thought, hey, it could morph into some sort of shark, and then but it never reacts. So the shark could be a 113 though. Oh, I mean, again, you're not using, in these uptrends, you're not using like bearish harmonics to really be trying to take shorts. You're using it as a gauge to where the asset could be going. And it obviously just blew past the 886 like it was a joke, and now is on the way to the 113. And really, though, you're on your way to multi-year highs. Yeah, you're at the highest price that you've seen since November of 2012 today. Wheat futures, chat. Moonage. Moon. But it was only after, right? Developing a beautiful technical structure, right? Right there. Isn't that gorgeous? Momentum shifting pattern. Inverse head and shoulders with a perfect neckline. Oh man, it was great. And heading probably towards that measured move up there. Nice. So we got less than 20 minutes, so your daily candle closers. Taking a look at commodities. It wasn't just wheat. Corn futures is going berserk. Corn futures at its highest level since June of last year and climbing. Just thinking maybe we could start reacting at 708 or whatever. Just on its way to an 886. What an uptrend though. What a rally. What a big attempted rally. Deep wave going on right now. And it's probably not done. Corn futures also just freaking whack, man. Look left. Right, you'll I mean $800, probably where it's headed at this point if it keeps running like this. I mean, 886 you react, you could go 113. This could also be 113 as well, and that's probably going to take you to that 778 area. Look, yeah, a little bit. You'd think possibly it's very close to the highs from 2008, 2011, 2012. Coffee's still just rolling. Still just mooning, man. Still in a parabolic uptrend at this point. With that leg up, man. It started out accumulating and then just acceleration of accumulation. And, it broke out and even back tested. And now it's headed to 277. Live cattle futures, kind of selling off a little bit today, but still multi-year highs, right? Like every day almost. Highest level since October 2015. You have cotton futures that's pulled back a little bit, but probably just pivoting, filling a gap. These things are insane. All right. Then you got soybean futures that right now is officially taking out its highs from May of last year and is now at its highest point since September of 2012. You see these commodity prices, it's breaching the high from 2008, right? So, I mean, it's possible you could be headed to 1789 on soybeans. I mean, these commodities are doing things they haven't done in a very, very long time. Taking out your previous highs? What? Sugar's not bad. Sugar actually looks like it might be bottoming out now. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking now, this uptrend with commodities, I don't think you can buck the trend. I see all the distribution, but now, after all the distribution, the new data presenting itself as you've broken a supply line and you back tested it as support, and now you're confirming a bottom, right? Things change and the trend is prevailing and it's bullish. I think sugar's becoming bullish again. Here we go. Let me do this once more. Yep, I think sugar is becoming bullish again. So if you were short on it, yeah, I would just back off. Just leave it alone. It's too bullish. Conditions are too good. All right. I mean, you're breaching above this high from 2014. And the price action above 1850 is normally $20. So I would not, and this is like a dragon kind of. And it's like a dragon. I mean, you could plot it like then if you really want the dragon. And it's just now breaking the spine of the dragon. If you anchor it that way, right? The head, the foot, the hump, second foot, the spine, and you've just broken out. So the tail would be next and the target will be $20. Easy. Okay? Major bullish breakout alert on sugar futures above 1856. And your target's $20. Okay. Very good. I mean, this is a great looking setup possibly on sugar. Okay. Diabetes. Copper futures, not doing anything spectacular. Still looks kind of great up here, but not like low risk, but lots of reaccumulation going on. And 464 is a 2011 high. And you got to break that eventually, but it's just hanging out. Here's your platinum futures, right? We've already looked at platinum. It's broken out. It was a dragon and way more upside, right? Minimum 1250 upside. And then we go to lumber futures that actually started rallying today. You thought it was OVA, hidden bearish divergence. It still seems like it is possible the rally's OVA with this. Doesn't look as strong as others, but like still just made another higher low and rallying. It hasn't made a lower low yet. It's only made a lower high. So it could still be very much in an uptrend. I don't know how we could, I think it went too high. It broke any sort of like supply line. If we try to anchor this and treat it as a like a channel or something, right? Way too insane. What if we anchored the other way though? Like what if you anchored this way, 1 and 2 here? Still doesn't even make sense. Yeah, it's just crazy. Commodities, man. So anyway, we have certainly gone across the markets. We can look at US oil now that has not broken down yet. It's still just hanging out at a supply line. And after the bearish divergence, no price action. After you've shown a little bit of buyer exhaustion at a supply line and even thrusted through it, sold off, and then back tested the up thrust as resistance, you still haven't broken down. There's been zero follow through price action. So, wow, are we just going to melt up? Is that what's going to happen? I mean, the price action here, how could you ever go bearish? The only thing one could do is like take a little profit on their energy stocks or US oil itself or USO. Like to go short here, even if it's showing some sort of bearish signal, it just doesn't. It's not looking good for a short. Things are too bullish right now. The momentum is too powerful, way too bullish of momentum. Okay, US oil. We can look at the DXY, the US dollar. Why not? US dollar looking really strong, really, really strong. Okay. I mean, on the weekly, it was terrible. The weekly bearish engulfing candle, but still above the 200-day moving average. Where's the follow through? There has been zero follow through on the bearish engulfing candle on the weekly. That's not good for bears. That's good for bulls. This thing looks still extremely bullish, and that's kind of impressive. The DXY just doesn't catch follow through, doesn't fall below the 200-week moving average, doesn't make a lower high, doesn't make a lower low, just resilient. So looks like if you keep this up, you might be testing 97.30 again in time. Okay. That's the XY. 12 minutes to daily candle close. If you're enjoying the coverage, hit that like button, that bell, that sub. Thanks for being here. Let's take a look at some futures. NASDAQ 100. Here's your weekly. As you can see, very, very bad. Peak's been taken out. Daily bearish engulfing candle confirmed after successfully back testing what was once a resistance zone as resistance again. That is as bearish as it gets. That is beautiful bearish price action. You would think after a bearish engulfing candle like that, follow through's coming, and I think again you're probably going to $13,000 from here. Like, I'm really confident to believe you see 13K here soon. Okay, yikes. Here is your Dow Jones futures that has had Jesus chimes, chat. I mean, that's a technical bearish breakdown right there with confirmation of daily candle close. Combination of very bearish reversals. You've got the right angled and ascending broadening formation, and then on the tail end of it, a momentum shifting structure, which is just your confirmed head and shoulders now. Much lower if this is a real breakdown. I mean, of course, you can always get fake outs like tomorrow, just random pumping. Oh my God, you're back above 33,600. I mean, the story kind of changes then. But for now, with the data we have, there's a technical bearish breakdown occurring across the markets. Just be aware of it. Okay. And here's your S&P futures on the new day. Let's go to the 4 hour, whatever. Very bad. Very, very bad. So you're just sitting at that wick low from January 24th right now. That's not much of a support. You're below all the real big supports. Okay. So let's look at, we had like 2 requests, I think, today. Hard to not have a hangover stream after the past like 5 streams up, 6, 8 streams I've had, I guess, right? With a crypto hoarder man. Dude, spoiling me, right? Okay, let's see. Storage, I think was first. Let's see. Nothing about this is bullish to me. I would wait till 69 cents. You said 63 or 52 cents. Well, yeah, where you are now. Certainly nothing till 69 cents. 64 to 69 cents. 52 cents, though, let's wait. Because you never know what's going to be going on Bitcoin or the macro by the time storage gets to 64 cents. So you always got to wait till that level. What's going on? Things could be radically different on the oscillators. You could be showing like divergence. The S&P could be at a critical support by then. Same with Bitcoin. So we would just wait. You know, you just say the next target's 65 cents probably. If you break that, 28 cents most likely. M shape on the weekly. Oh my God, man. Yeah, 65 cents is a certain target here. I mean, undeniable target. 65 cents. Don't even worry about anything till 65 cents. What does that mean? That means like from where this asset is now to the next support, it has to lose another 28.5%. That could be real fast. Where it's already broken its supports. You get that, right? Storage is just like no man's land and has a lot, 30% more downside minimum. So I just, no. After that, one time, no one knows. Second time, everyone knows. And it's lower than the first eye. Yikes. Confirmation eye. Yeah, let's go full reset and see 28 cents eventually. But yeah, 65 cents next. Okay. Next request was Seco for Fargy.
BRD/USD, please. 0.01682690 ETH.
Car. What's up? Thanks, Car. For the 43.66 worth of Ethereum, making me DCA down. Thank you, dude. Yeah, we'll look at it. But first, we must look at some other S coin I've never heard of in my life. Oh my God. Well, we're looking on the weekly, and you've broken critical support resistance, which was at 1082. Yikes. Big yikes. You know there's no support that's formal on the weekly until 528, and you're at 932. Straight up, straight down, straight up. There was that one time you didn't. It's just a peak at 787. So no matter what way you look at it, if you're looking at the weekly, even if you're being conservative because you're regarding the high from May 31st of last year, downside potential on this asset still sitting at, from where it is, you still have another 16%, 15.6% downside until you at least test the high. If you don't hold that and you see a low, 528, a lot more downside you can imagine, right? Going for the good old-fashioned classic M that's not, maybe it's at it. It's like a bat pattern. I think it's like this screwed everything up, making it nothing. I don't think, just use your Fibonacci. You should go from the low to the high. The 886 is 778. Boom. That X marks the spot. So you have another 15 to 16% more downside before you even see or touch the 886. Okay, that's your Seco. Do we even need to look at any other time scales on this one, dude? Not really. Like, what is there to look at? Nope, everything's the same. Support, yep. You gotta wait. You gotta wait. I get it. Oh, it could be bottoming out. There's no indication of a reversal happening right now at the same low. Technically, a candle low closed lower than the previous low before on the daily. So no indication of a reversal right now, despite it looking like this. We could wake up and it's at 787, and I wouldn't be surprised at all. That's exactly where it's probably going. Even with Fibonacci, that backs us up, and yeah. Next request, BRD. Last request, dang dude. What a hangover stream. Bread. Oh my god, it's bread, dude. Well, where's the data at, though? Here's the data. I've been here. Oh my god, this is actually pretty interesting. Wow, I kind of like bread. What? Why do I like bread? Look what bread's doing. How is this possible? The X, the A. The B. The C. And then the D at the 8/8. That's really like a 97% retrace. So it's not even a formal. It didn't hit the 8. It's not reverting the 886, but I kind of like the price action it's getting at this level. It's a higher low than the previous lows, which is really interesting. You think, is that a bear flag? It's like normally not a good idea to be trying to identify bear flags at 88% retraces, because they're probably not. What's up, Anonymous, man? Thank you, dude. Actually gonna
Luna 0.0198175 ETH.
We will look, sir. Thank you, Anonymous. So with this one, the upside potential 56 cents. I think why would it not go there? Like, if this is actually like accumulating, you've done a full reset, certainly done a full reset, even beyond a full reset. And I think like if this keeps up like this, you got to break the 200-day moving average. You could see 56 cents from here. Up 12% today. It made like look locally. It had the big engulfing candle, then it sold off, and it's just making higher lows than the previous lows. Stair stepping right there. Yeah, nice, man. Anomaly. Another anomaly. Speaking of anomalies, Luna is one too. It broke out. Oh, it's starting to pull back though a lot. What the? It was breaking the supply line, man. Look at that. It was crazy, dude. It was like, it was rolling over like many others. It had failed to break down, and then just hit on the weekend, it hit the 786, like unreal. There was already a big M shape, not the best context, but holding support, and then it created another M shape. It actually played out, unlike most others. 99% of other coins that did this failed. They're all like, nope. But this one has broken the supply line on the 4 hour, and looks like it's broken it and it's trying to back test it right now. Very interesting. See what will happen to this. I mean, like if it breaks this A point, minimum upside is $70. Minimum target anyway, $70. And then after 70, 76 to 78 cents. This is crazy. Crazy. This is madness. On a very, very bearish market with 2 minutes to go till your daily candle close. So, look on the 8s. Oh my God. So good for Luna. Attempting a breakout of at least a supply line and attempting to breach. It's failed. It hasn't done it yet. It was doing it earlier, but above $60, 63 cents is kind of, I would think like a neckline of like one bottom, a second bottom. And that's like a bad action magnet move potentially too. Again, I would think like if you broke $60 and 63 cents, first target 70, but then $77 after that. Unreal. Wow. And very impressive. So back to Bitcoin as we are awaiting the last 60 seconds of the day. What will that daily close look like? It will be kind of nothing, kind of just rejecting higher prices again, after a nice nothing burger day, cooling off, maybe resetting the oscillators on less significant time scales, completely rejecting it. or rejecting higher prices. So to me, you're still in kind of no man's land. You're even below that low from August 6th, right, where you pivoted and rallied. You're below that right now. Your negative momentum is at its highest level since December. And your RSI is sitting again in the bearish control zone, 37.7. And what's really kind of sad, this is not good. When your RSI on a daily time scale falls to, into the bearish control zone, and then like back test it, the bearish control zone as resistance. Look, you've done that before, right? You rallied, hey, we're going to break 40, and you're at 20. So, yeah, I don't really know if I like that. I don't know how much you should regard that, like the back test, because is that real? I don't. But all I do is I know it's real that your 40 is a bearish control zone, and you're in it, and we have a new day, chat. So Jesus chimes. How do I identify where the bearish control zone is? Oh, it's simple. It's like, literally, it's this easy. 40 is, anything below 40 is the bearish control zone to 30. Anything below 30 is technically oversold. Assets can remain oversold for a very long time. So oversold, but not like, oh, it's literally going to bounce below 30. No. Anything between 40 and 60 is neutral. Anything above 60 is the bullish control zone up until 70, and then anything above 70 is technically considered overbought. So you notice in a bearish trend how 60 is regarded multiple times and rejected. You can't stay. That's bearish loser market conditions. Okay. Yeah. Doing the daily. Weekly is probably better. Look what happens. July, August, October 2019. This is bearish conditions, right? You're just up thrusting through 60. You can never stay above 60 for very long at all, right? Yep. So just not so great. 3-day looking bad. Oh yeah, it was bad because it was like a bearish engulfing candle, right? Last one. Yeah. Oh, two. Yeah, this is bad. Yeah. Okay, we have a new 3-day candle as well. Still above the 200-day moving average, but barely. So you're okay. Lego fruit fly is okay. This one's also in the bearish control zone, right? Below 40. Yikes. Not good, man. Not really good. At least you didn't make a lower low than 36,517 yet. So you got that going for you, which is nice. Weekly. Yeah, very, very bad weekly stuff, right? Where, look where you are. You are certainly right now below critical levels from January and July or June of last year, right? You closed at 1 to close the week, and now you've rallied to back test what was once a resistance as resistance again. And after you've done that, you've begun to draw down. So there's no telling how low this candle will go after a successful bearish back test. Okay. I think your RSI divergence starting to get in trouble too. You're just right at 40, right? You're just sitting at the bearish control zone. You're not in it yet. You're just at it.
Great call on S-Bucks. Not a request. Just love.
What's up, Eric, man? Well, I mean, you could have almost, if you were paying attention to the index funds, right? You might have gotten unlucky, but you could have just put a blindfold on and bought puts on some asset and you'd be doing well, right? I mean, so you can use different assets that are maybe at better technical areas. Like I chose Nike and ALB, but yeah, you could have just gone short on Starbucks or whatever. It was looking bad. We'll look at it though, since there's no request. I mean, we're out of request. Yeah, this thing's disgusting, dude. It's like what the. Yeah, man. Like what? One left shoulder head, right shoulder. Puff that. Terrible, dude. Terrible. Down 3.72%. But it reversed at major levels. Hey, what great example of an exhaustive gap right there. That's your exhaustive gap. Wow. It really wasn't, because the volume signature isn't quite there. I guess it's kind of there on the gap up though. Nah, not really. It's an exhaustive gap where, you know, you're at the end of an uptrend and then you gap up and then you gap down. It's like an abandoned baby too. Island top abandoned baby. Textbook. And that was the beginning of the end for this asset. 1 time, 2 time, triple topping here. So bearish, man. Oh my God. And this is probably going to continue. It's broken all support. There is no support here. It filled a gap and probably will be headed down to $81 eventually. There's no support here. Straight up, straight down situation.
How bad is Uniswap doing? Anything that could happen in the future?
Yeah, lower prices on Uni. Sant. Thank you for the 10. Thank you for the 10, dude. Man. It really is. It really, really is.
Every day I check the price, bad price.
But kind of good, you know, for stocks, because it all like made sense. Like it wasn't like we were thrown back by this or surprised or I can't believe this is happening. No one saw this coming. The lower highs, right? The bearish back test, the double tops, right? Locally, back testing the old highs, 45 as a resistance again. You know, all those things were like, that's TA. That's like just reading charts every day. That's why you watch, you know, because it was almost like, you know, we identified that there was this category 5 hurricane coming towards us and we had time, right? We had time to see it develop and move closer and closer to us. And now it's starting to hit land, right? Kind of. It not like, you know, more so on equities than even crypto itself. Because crypto is not getting wrecked as bad as equities right now. And how do you know that? You look from January 24th when Bitcoin dumped hard, so did equities. They were certainly synced up. They both had big bounces, but Bitcoin's still 15% away from that January 24th low, where now the S&P is taking out those lows today. That's telling. That's interesting. I don't know if there's any action to take right now on that, but it's cool to see Bitcoin's outperforming the index funds on the selling. Nice. Oh, by the way, it is Thursday tomorrow, right? So tomorrow, Scott Carney and me, we're doing another little podcast around lunchtime Eastern, like noon Eastern, I think like 11 a.m. Central. And then I think he'll be on my stream that evening, tomorrow evening. So you don't want to miss that. Be sure you're in the Discord. Everyone will be pinged. I mean, follow me on Twitter or him on Twitter. You'll be alerted to it. So, and so we have some good stuff to talk about because our consensus, you know, last week was this is really bad. This is terrible market conditions for equities. And look at the fall that we've gotten in, you know, just 1 week. Very bad. Yeah, Scott's channel in the morning, and then my channel, they'll be here with me at normal time, stream time. I like that, man. I like, you know, what does that mean? Like, if the S&P finds a bottom at any time, which it will eventually, Bitcoin's going to find a bottom too. And if Bitcoin was outperforming in the selling, that means it's going to outperform in the buying. That means it's going to probably appreciate higher percentage points in value than the S&P would itself. Because less selling, that means more buying when things turn around. Okay, been live for 1 hour and 4 minutes. You're enjoying it? Hit the like button, the bell itself. Thanks for being here. You know, 859 of y'all. Kind of a lot more chill stream. We ended up selling 144 of the NFTs yesterday, so I really appreciate that. They're no longer for sale. Like the remaining supply was literally burnt. So you'll have to buy it from someone who puts it on auction or something that currently owns one. So. there's not much chat to like read to like engage with y'all. So you don't even like, you know, what am I supposed to do? We went across the markets, right? So if y'all aren't going to chat, just live chat. I mean, I'm not asking for anything, just typing sentences that are like engaging for me, right? Where I'm, oh, I could answer or do something. But if everyone's just not typing, like I'll, we can look at Tesla, which was the top loser today on the S&P 500. There it is, chat. Right? Yeah, once you broke that 884, you're screwed. We're thinking 886. I think you're going for a full reset. Full reset, which is what? 624 eventually. Okay, first target 717, but then after that it's going to be 624, and it's not going to be weird at all. This is massively drawn down. Top is in. The top is in on Tesla. Yeah, Tesla, and then yeah, and Cathie Woods hit a 786 today. But once this continues to draw down, which is the largest percentage weighted holding of her fund, once this sees an 886, she will see an 886 in her own fund, ARKK. Here it is. There it is, right? Lowest daily candle close today since June of June of 2020. Imagine. I love Cathie Woods. Oh my God. I'm all in. I'm buying Cathie Woods ARKK, and I'm never getting rid of it. And the date is June 12th of 2020. What happens if you fast forward to now? Wow, I haven't made any money. Yikes. But inflation has gone through the roof. Wow. Not a good hold, right? So once this support breaks, which I think it will, the 886 seems way more reasonable. There's way more argument for a support. Around $50, it's an 88% retrace, the pattern completion zone of this mega size bullish bat, and there might be opportunity down there. So yeah, I mean, just like it's crazy that though things are really grim on the index funds, like just Bitcoin is just not as bad. There's just no way to look at it. I mean, since January 24th, Bitcoin's a better asset. Like if you could have, you know, bought on the bottom, you randomly
Tell
bought.
us how bad Phil is, please. Don't know how OXD holds the 20C level if market folds.
If I was like, I wouldn't like just leave it alone, man. Just don't touch it. Just wait till it gets above those critical areas. I mean, we can go back to it again if you want. All right, but until it gets above 21 bucks or whatever, what is it? My God, dude, it's really like, yeah. Until you get above $21, you can't touch it. There's no action to take. The RSI is set up on the daily like it could roll at 36. Oh my God, conditions are pristine for way more downside. You get oversold to reset to become oversold again. And then normally you show divergence at that point when you're oversold again, but you're not even close and there's so much downside. Very bad. I wouldn't touch this. You've regarded what was once resistance as resistance again.
Books and order flow? I've been watching them the last 2 days. Price has been clearly suppressed heavily by FTX and Binance traders.
No, because you just said the word suppressed, which is like technically like manipulated. So it's like, what's the point of that? No, because order books spoofed all the time. I don't see how it can really help you. Like, you know, applying traditional swing trading stuff, right? Like 4-hour, daily, weekly. I don't really see how it's so relevant. You know, you're taking it along because you have an actionable argument, right? Based on support, resistance, harmonics, PCZs, divergencies, Volkowski accumulation structures, and all these things are happening in the same area. Order books, like, well, what does that have that has nothing to do with like the system that's taught here, really. Because of, you said the word suppressed, so that's manipulated. So if something's set up for higher prices like H-bar, like, dude, like this, it's kind of hard to ignore. Like, it's so bullish. It's such a technical, beautiful setup for upside. But like, if the market conditions are so bearish, what would happen in another universe when we're in a bullish macro, this thing goes to 45 cents in all-time highs. Because that's what happens with these M shapes, with double bottoms, with bullish divergence. and stuff at these PCZs, this is what they go to 40 cents, 45 cents. But if the macro is like we're going into a recession bear trend, how can these perform? If they do perform, they're just going to be terrible. They're just not going to perform well. Like they'll go up 20% when they could go up 100% or something, right? So it's like, you know, I mean, I love the way HBAR looks. I love kind of the way BNB looks, but I just, how can you stare at the index funds making their lowest price in 8 months and be like really bullish? Yeah. Just reading a little bit. Cause of bloodshed on the index funds equals lack of demand, too much supply. That's it.
Can you check out ANC USDT? Thanks for everything, Mitch.
Sure, Eric. Thank you, man. We'll go to it right now. Why not? Well, I mean, like, what are you gonna do here? Is there more data on somewhere else? Maybe Bitfinex, Binance. I don't even know, man. Got an exchange, dude. Talking about some foreign S coin. Oh, here we go. KuCoin. Nice, nice, dude. Nice. Let's see. What's up, Rafty? Thank you, dude.
RAFD tipped $100.
Thank you, man. No message, just supporting the channel, dude. I really appreciate that. Kings, man. Thank you. Holy crap. Dang. He's carrying the torch for Crypto Hoarder, man. I'll tell you that. So with something like ANC, that, I mean, it fell below critical all-time low from July of last year, but got back above it and literally sprung and back tested the spring, and then it was a break, a hook, and a go, a break, hook, and go off of 165. That's probably the best day to be requesting this asset. Typical break, hook, and go, and from the break, hook, and go, the spring back test of spring, it's run up tremendously and is now testing the 200-day simple moving average and just hanging out. There's no edge. There's like, you know, how can you strategize this after such a nice markup like that? It's really tough, man. Like, all I'm gonna do is tell you about the levels. There's a level of 256. You want to hold that. You don't want to break below that. That's the big cutoff. If you were, say you were in on this and you've made good money, one would probably want to protect themselves just marginally below $24.50. I'm sorry, $2.50. And that's it for now. It was kind of a shark, but not really. It was too perfect of a top here, but I think it hit a pretty nice 113% retrace, or close to it anyway. That's reciprocal, 1/4 of the reciprocal of the 1.618, which is pretty cool. Nice rally, but it wasn't even there wasn't even confirmation. It was just like one low and just did that stuff and just ran. So 256 and then 390 and then 561 are your levels, as well as 165. That's all I can give you when there's not an edge, when there's not like something that's actionable for long. Just the supports, resistances. There you go, dude. Thank you, man. Okay, let's see. We're 10 likes away from 400. We could do it, chat. We could do it. I believe. Okay, let's let us look at the someone requested Pfizer or something. Maybe it was this one. Moderna just made its lowest price since April of last year, and I think you got lower to go. I think minimum 115.786, but 886 full reset 67.19. At this point, I don't know why you wouldn't get down there. A beautiful downtrend, really, really nice, well-established downtrend. I think we could probably plot it too. Let's see if we could. I'm not sure. Oh my god, that's pretty nice, yeah. Yeah, just anchoring on the bottom side first. You can clearly just a downtrend, man. Nasty. Alright, the lower high. The buying climax. Sell off the attempted rally, the lower high. That's it. That's all you need to know. Less market participants owning the asset than they did before. It's the top. And now 886 eventually. Oh boy. Yikes. Big yikes. Okay. Carnival Corporation, the cruise lines and stuff. You've just confirmed distribution is still going on, right? First time you don't really know. Wow, it broke out. Second time. But kind of reminds me of Bitcoin a little bit. And Ethereum combined, where the supply line, you broke it without any confirmation. Now you've tested the 200-day simple moving average as resistance. You've done that before. Look when you did it, November, get wrecked. Now you've done it again twice, and now you're breaking some supports. And I think the target on this one is 1838, but it could be going much lower for a full reset. You could understand, right? Think about it. You're in the downtrend. You've already made the X, the A, the B, the C, and you're now working on C to D. You just think about it like this, maybe. Yeah, and the B point's 50%, so an 886. So I would think eventually Carnival would be coming down to 985. Where's that? Look left. All the way left, way back to yesteryear. It's an old swing high from 1993, an old swing low from 1994. That is the target. That's your target, and could be amazing for like a major cyclical reversal by the time it gets there, you know. But for now, super bearish on CCL after this recent price action. Good God, down 6% on the day, down 0.49% after hours. And the negative momentum just beginning to build. RSI on the dailies 43. You know there's so much downside potential. Market participants want to push it real good. Good God, man. I'm just looking at some of the top losers today. You know, that's all I'm doing, man. Oh my goodness, dude. Okay. I actually have never been to this chart before, but this is FRC, the First Republic Bank. Look how disgusting this is, man. What a bearish engulfing candle, and what a close. Your lowest daily candle close since February of last year. So it's been over a year. I would say there was probably a little chop zone. Yes, certainly a little chop zone right there. You're below it. You close below it. And here's the real bad point on FRC. Look at that hidden bearish divergence on this one. Yikes, man. Continuation applied and hadn't even gone red yet. Look out. What's the downside? Oh, your next target, no problem. No problem. Your next target's 144 on this one. Monka S in the chat. What is it? Oh, an error with one up in Discords? Oh my God. Let me check this. Let me check this. Hold on. Maybe it's because I'm not logged in or something. No. Let me do a test. Send test. There's the test. One up coin test. I'm going to disconnect and reconnect though. Y'all just give me a second, okay? Dude, Bitcoin hasn't collapsed yet. We're gonna make it, man. Just hold on, man. One more thing, and then we're good. But yeah, come on, man. We've been doing things, man. We've been doing things real nice, right? Oh, that was what it was. Yeah, the client logged out on Stream Elements. Yep, that'll probably cause the problems. And we're now good. Like literally, there should be 0 problems now because I've just disconnected, reconnected on everything that needed to be. So, Crypto Hoarder, if you're out there, man, just letting you know. All right. Thank you for saying something, or at least thank you, and then thank someone else someone brought it up. Crypto. Oh, maybe yourself, Crypto Hoarder. My bad. I didn't even see that, dude. We good now. All right. So very, very bad. FRC is probably screwed. There's nothing but a straight line down to 144. You want to see? I mean, let's just check up on this one. This is kind of my baby. My bearish baby. Oh my God. Where it broke critical supports today. The lowest daily candle close since July of last year. But it was, what it had not done yet was breach with a close below 187. Right? So broke a supply line, you know, all the things, man. And so there's just really, I don't think there's much of an argument for a real strong pivot to like 144 area, 139, 140, right around there. I know it's kind of a straight down, straight up thing, straight up, you know, so I would say straight down based on historical price action, you know. So don't think my puts expire to like July or something. So good shape right now. Just protecting the account, man. They're like protective puts. Okay, so that one, and then like Nike was so bearish, but you know, really has not been performing too bad. I mean, it did have its lowest daily candle close since like June of last year. And I don't think it's done, man. I think this thing goes and fills the gap of 133 sooner rather than later. Yeah. I got alert set up. So it was just like the idea. Think about the idea here, like where it's confirmed to top on the weekly, double top, man, right? Drawn down massively hard, right? And it's rallied, pathetic rally, and up thrust through the critical levels looking left once, and then sells off, then twice, and then sells off, then a third time. And that was that 4 hour I was trading. I was looking at the 4 hour and saying, that right there, man, how is that any different than what Bitcoin was doing in January? How is that any different than stuff like this? It's not. It's like literally the same effing thing, right? Like falling below critical support and then shows the third valley and then just massive draw. That's what I'm thinking on Nike. That was my whole thought process on buying puts there, was just, right? It's like predictable patterns below critical levels in bad macro conditions. That's like all you can do. But that was like repeatable. It just one time, and then it started doing it again here, but then got, you know, exhausted and then rallied lower high. Then did it again right here on the 60 minute, and did it again on the 4 hour, right? So just constantly just distribution. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like on the new day, Bitcoin hasn't collapsed yet. It's just hanging in there. It's up. It's actually up on the day, 0.25%. And again, that's way better than the freaking index funds, right? I don't know. I mean, we look at the futures. I don't think they've really done anything bad. I have like alerts set up on all these. Still not that. It's like down 0.04%, right? This is live futures. And you can see where you are. That's not anything to be happy about, right? I mean, like literally look, you know, I'm just gonna plot just that wick low at 42.20, right? Look what you're doing on the new day, right? You've literally just rallied to test it. What was once support locally is like kind of just resistance now. Dude, that's just ugly, nasty, bearish price action. Even if you're not really going anywhere, you're just signaling the nastiness of it. And then other than that, there's nothing. Like literally, that's just it. Okay, so, but yeah, I mean, more than anyone, I hope that just literally rainbows, unicorns, we just moon tomorrow based on literally nothing. But like, hey, you know, now I'm looking at the futures and it's at session lows. It's at its low. It's at its lowest price as I'm speaking to you since June of last year. Yikes, man! Good time to get back on the S&P futures. Wow. Okay. No divergence yet. My God, absolutely not. And who cares if it's on the 4-hour anyway? You not be like trying to go long on 4-hour divergence when the daily is so bad. When you've just broken all support, when you've just confirmed the bear, you just confirmed the bear trend technically. Like, right? You don't know until you take out your previous lows. We've done it. It happened. It's confirmed. You have a confirmed bear trend, in my opinion, on the S&P, NASDAQ. I don't think quite yet the Dow Jones. Very close on the Dow Jones. So yeah, man. Interesting times. Things have changed, right? From the past 2 years of prosperity and easy gains, man. Now it's kind of like easy gains of saying, dude, yeah, the Ukrainian like president called up Putin today, and Putin ghosted him. Like literally, like just no. That's whack, dude. That's really, really promising, right? I mean, the president of Ukraine wants peace, and then Putin's just like, I'm not answering your calls. Thanks for the light, Kevin, man. What's up, James? And thanks for the 460 likes. Appreciate it. As we just looking at the S&P futures right now, let's look at the NASDAQ, which normally is like dumping harder. Yeah, it's like nastier, like way nastier. But you gotta love.
BTC is in the process of touching the 200 week before the next uptrend. Do you agree? Can we tell how fast the 200 WMA is increasing?
Yeah, that's like thousands and thousands of dollars lower, right? And then around like 30K or something. Anyway, just real quick, I'll try to go back to that. But look, I mean, you have the classic distribution that was identified, very bearish, but then you broke down and then you rallied. What did you do on the rally? You back tested what was once a resistance as resistance again, and that was it. That was all the market participants needed to confirm that we are screwed, and the drawdown continues, and it's gonna get worse. I mean, on this one, I don't see this stop until 13K, and that's the minimum. I mean, the maybe stronger supports, you're going to like 12,250 to 12,500. I don't know how you could really be surprised about it though, based on structural development, supports, resistances, lower highs, lower lows. Weeks at 20K. Oh, yikes. Well, I mean, like in market conditions like this, if we truly are going into recession in index funds, you will never surprise me. You could give me a number of 15K, 16K, 20K. I'm not going to be surprised. Bitcoin's a risk-on asset. It's a tech stock for the most part, and people are going to sell equities, and they'll probably sell crypto too. But at the same time, remember, just for now, Bitcoin is massively outperforming the S&P 500, since January 24th by about 15%. I don't know if that'll catch up though, right? That's what's scary. It's like, what happens if Bitcoin like massively dumps while the stock market's closed and it catches up with the S&P, right? Crypto hoarder, you out there, man? Did anything break, or is it still broken? Who's saying I'm not answering questions? I'm answering questions, huh? Well, technically, devs flip the switch when market makers flip the switch. All the algos and bots are fading pops. Yeah, dude. I mean, you just gotta wonder, when is it gonna get real bad? Like, when are we gonna get like near limit down days? Like, that's what's gonna be interesting. When like deleveraging starts happening. Volatility index. Let's, does anyone have a live ticker for VIX futures on TradingView that's not delayed? Anyone got one? I'd appreciate it. You know, so it's like, just gonna wait for that. Maybe we can go to it. I mean, we got the VIX, VIX, but market's closed. But there's VIX futures. Oh, VX1. Okay, that's gonna be delayed though, I'm sure. But at least we can, you know. Yeah, that's definitely gonna be delayed. No, doesn't seem like it's delayed. Maybe VIX futures. It doesn't have the D anywhere, so I guess it's open. Thank you. Right? This is not delayed. It says end of day data though. Market open, end of day data. Kind of confused here on this, but you know, remember, anything above 40 is extremely bad, but 30 is not good either. Like, you don't want to be above 30 for a very long time. Elevated volatility. But we know the liquidity has been drying up like bad, so we knew like whichever way it was going to go, it seemed more like bearish, that the velocity was going to be bad, right? High velocity of a pump or a dump, and it looked seemingly more like a dump was going to happen. So that's starting to happen, starting to play out. I mean, like, we can look at Bitcoin all day. That's at its lows of the day now, but we're also just looking at NASDAQ futures, because remember, we talked about if the S coins and the meme stocks are the Nazgul, yeah, Bitcoin's dumping, and Bitcoin is Sauron, then the index funds are Morgoth. No support, literally no support. I mean, there's like maybe some support at 13,294, so you still have a couple hundred points of drop, right? Draw a trend line as a parallel channel. I mean, I wouldn't. You care about a little bounce now? It's like, it's over, dude. It's like kind of, you've broken down and shouldn't be hoping for any kind of bounce now. You had your chance, man. You had a lot of time to reallocate your entire portfolio to protect yourself from what's happening right now. You know you did. If you watched the stream, you certainly had all the time in the world. There was nothing bullish about this. You know, there were just some very, I mean, dude, the index funds were really awesome because they didn't even do anything that like kind of Bitcoin did, where it made a higher high than $44,000 for like 10 minutes and then dumped and then rallied and back tested it and made a lower high. I mean, like, you know, it was pretty clear. There's like just nothing surprising going on. Yeah, Morgoth future stream. Exactly, dude. Yeah. Okay, so I guess Crypto Hoarder just trolled today. I don't know, man. Did he respond about like if the thing's fixed? I guess it's not fixed. Or he's in his airplane again. Okay, so I'll just look at this, you know, I'm gonna have alerts set up. We start making session lows again. So I can hear the beep. Go back to Bitcoin. Here's your Bitcoin, nothing really good at all. I mean, in actuality, like, if you want to use the stretch of the imagination at all, you could say from a high to the 88% retrace high, the lower high, extreme amounts of hidden bearish divergence going on. So continuation to the downside implied from this high that's visible to the next high. That's not bullish. RSI, same thing. right? From one high to the lower high. And back in the bearish control zone. My God, man. So bearish. Corey, I'm glad to hear it, man. Thank you, dude, for watching. Hey, man. Nothing good, man. Nothing really good going on, you know. Let's look at let's go back to gold for a second. That is inversing everything right now at 1912 at its highs.
Bitcoin weekly double top at 30. Oof.
Is that a joint?
It's not a double top till it breaks 30K. And then the cycle's over, and I think you're going to 20K, maybe even way lower. Like you'd be going like 15, 14K. Because that's the big M shape. You know, that's the bad action magnet move, not just the double top neckline, potential double top neckline. So, yeah. Crazy. That's okay though, like, right? Gold is king. Gold's monthly tells us things. Bitcoin's weekly is kind of weak. I mean, it's like not really good. Nothing particularly good, all right? Matthew, not when you up thrust through it and fail. No. No. Nothing about it. It's just a consolidation structure and a supply line, and it failed to break the supply line. So
Carney saying like 22,300 or so, right?
I thought he was saying about 14K too. And Bitcoin's dumping right now as I'm speaking to you, chat. Let's go to the weekly. And Scott Carney and me will be talking about all this tomorrow. So remember, you do not want to miss our live stream tomorrow morning. Okay, we'll be live around lunchtime. Be subscribed to his channel, but also be in the Discord. The Discord link is pinned above. You will be pinged if you're in the Discord. You won't miss the stream. So from your like December 2018 lows to your all-time highs, you know, we're talking like 78% retrace, like 17K. You can also use your, you know, COVID crash list. Not much different, right? It's about $700 different, $3,150 to $3,850 or something like that. I can't remember exactly. Yes, one of those. So either way, like, you know, yeah, we're talking about a cipher. Then the PCZ is 18K. I'll just plot it. I don't want to scare anyone or give anyone any bad ideas or anything yet, because it hasn't broken the bad action magnet move, the B point yet. But as soon as the B point breaks, which is once it falls below 30K ish for real, then you really do have this. This is exactly where it's probably going. $18,000. And then it could be legendary. It could be like a legendary potential long opportunity. But until then, nothing really makes sense if we're talking about M's. Yeah, you could be working on C to D right now. You are below all supports on the weekly. Support resistance on the weekly has been breached. And even back tested before selling off. Yeah. I feel bad, man, for really the people that like shouldn't have to pay attention to these markets, right? Like just like everyone in like, you know, the West that has a 401k or a retirement account, where inflation's gotten so freaking bad. And all they do is like every 2 weeks, you know, they get their paycheck and a little bit of it, whatever they allocated, goes into those mutual funds. And right, I mean, if we're really going into like a technical bearish breakdown into possibly recession, lower highs, lower lows for extended amount of time, I mean, think about the cost of goods. Cost of everything is so much higher. I mean, like on certain goods, like you have hyperinflation going on, where that's a definition. Anything year over year that's appreciated in its price 50% or more, that's hyperinflationary. I mean, oil's at like 45% right now. I think used cars at 40+%. That's not going to sustain. But oil, I mean, whoa, I mean, and then coffee, again, over 100% increase in a year over year. And oats year over year. Now, I'm sure wheat is getting there. Soybeans probably getting there. Like, these things are really happening, and everyone's retirement and equities are getting dumped on and losing value. And so, like, are they really? I mean, hey, I'm participating in the stock market and I've outrun inflation. It's like, not anymore. You're not. Not if this keeps up. So you'll have high cost of goods that'll never go away, and the S&P took a 50% haircut. Yikes, dude. Real big yikes. And then cost of or just like really the price of wages has gone up barely any, man. It's such a joke, dude. But hey, record profits for corporations. They took certain advantage of the inflationary environment. Record profits, not revenue. You'd think, of course, revenue, because inflation, everything's more expensive. But no, I'm talking profits. We're like, right? The money they made net, not gross, is at all-time highs. That's concerning. I mean, that's like kind of, wow, really? Whatever. Things are going to get real bad, and you'll see it, and the government's going to try to intervene. I bet you if this keeps up, this spiral or whatever, we might be in some sort of spiral right now. We're spiraling out of control. And like, what will happen when soybeans doesn't stop at a resistance? What will stop when these assets continue to rally in price and keep going up and getting more expensive? Are they going to try price controls, right? I mean, they try to literally do that. It's stupid. The only safe haven I would say is income producing real estate properties, where you own the asset and you have a tenant and they pay you money every month. That's a great safe haven. Gold and silver so far, great safe havens. Protected puts, great safe havens for now, right? Just to, I mean, you really don't, there's times to make money and times not to lose money. So if you have like mutual funds that are treading water during these times, just having like a couple protected puts on something on the market that made sense is just making you break even while the market dumps. It's pretty nice to hedge if you can. Yeah, we'll look at XAU to BTC one up. Look at that. Yep. I will see you at 6 or 0.06 cents or whatever, you know, on this. I'll see you there. Let's go to the weekly if you want to. This is it. This was all you needed to see was the weekly. It was like Ethereum when it was at $100 for the second time after the COVID crash. Yeah, gold's going to test that neckline. If it ever breaks it, then it's got a little bit higher to break, but then it could just go insane and go up all the way to 11.11393.
What they did with those opportunity zones in the US to offset capital gains and stock sell-offs.
I'm sorry, what do you mean? Thank you, Nick. Yeah, kind of opportunity zones. Look what they did. Opportunity zones. Can't remember. I don't know, like the context of the super chat. Thank you, dude. But classic divergence on the second low was the no-brainer, and this has been covered for months now. I mean, like, and then I just remember someone saying, like, when this was identified, that's just your bullish bias. They said that on, like, in live chat. It's like, how is that bullish bias? This is like literally everyone's identifying this around the world. The divergence on the second low. First time, no one knows. Second time, everyone knows. So it's just continued to rally, and it's respecting the TA. That's all it is. So I guess if respecting the TA is biased, then fine, whatever. Okay. All right. Well, it's been a pretty good stream. I mean, I hate that the conditions are the way they are, because it's just terrible environment for any sort of hype or happiness or cheer. But what are you gonna do, man? Things have changed. They've changed. All right. So appreciate everyone coming out. I don't know, we heard from Crypto Hoarder. Dang it, dude. It's dumping, man. All right, are we doing a dump stream now? Session lows on Bitcoin. Session lows on Bitcoin. Down 1.09% on the new day. The new day, it's only been around for about 49 minutes. Thank you, Dow Jones, for the 5 contribution, man. And again, just to reiterate to you, while I'm watching Bitcoin hit session lows, keeping me here, total, remember, has bearishly back tested inflection zone that was once a resistance, is now confirmed as resistance again. Let the dump begin. Let it commence. We now have confirmation that it's bearish. Added. Dude, it's like just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in, man. Like, it's just like, it's tough to leave the stream when Bitcoin's at its lows of the day or highs of the day, right? It's like either one. It doesn't matter to me. It's like they're, you know, live price action. Yes, David, yes. Right, so if the TA is respected, we continue downward. Look, I mean, it's there, it's hidden, it's divergence. It's bad. And look, I mean, if you're in the bearish control zone at 37 on Bitcoin on the 4 hour, you can use your imagination. What happens when you really dump? How far it could go in price before it becomes oversold. That's the scary part. That's what's telling you it's just not good right now. Oh, Nick, I'm not sure still. Oh, okay. I don't know, man. Still interesting, though. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ as well. Is it dumping too? Somewhat. They're kind of in sync, aren't they? Kind of just selling off together as a team. Team Bear. I don't know, dude. Time's scary because it's like
there's bears out here.
Price gonna dip.
Sorry, man. It's been sitting here for about 2 hours. Oh, man. Dang, dude. Bitcoin is still at those session lows right now.
Evening, Mitch. Mind
Hello.
taking a look at PDBC ETF? Thoughts on adding to IRA?
Well, we can look at it. Thank you, Jeffrey. Just trying to catch Bitcoin just not hitting its lowest low of the day so I can check it out. Looks like we might have a second before it dumps again. Paying attention to it, don't worry. Okay, what was it? It was PDBC. Good God, dude. Well, thinking about adding it to your IRA, and it's like, dude, it's gapped up.
Educators rule.
What's up, Echo Leaf? Thanks, dude.
Is that a joint?
Thank you, man. Yeah, dude. I mean, it gapped down terribly. I don't know what happened to it. The mutual fund. Optimum yield diversified commodity strategy. Good God, man. Well, I don't know about technicals. Anything above $15 is nice, really nice. I think here are your levels, your big ones. You know, 18, 13. If this keeps going like this. Wow, man, that's whack, dude. What a freaking channel. I don't know, like. What's up with this, dude? 9 million volume. 44.9% dividend yield, huh? I I mean, based on technicals, I don't really, I mean, like harmonic or anything. It was nice. It gapped down like that, but it's rallying like this. And I think if you're above $15, you're okay. I think above 15, you could eventually see 18. It's okay for now, dude. Dang, man. What a crazy, almost looks like the Federal Reserve themselves are buying this. It's so freaking perfect and methodical. It's like every day, just a little bit of buying. Weird. Price action. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. Above 15, yeah. Let's look at that 10-year yields. Starting to show distribution, maybe. But still above the critical area. Still above where it needs to be. If you stay above this long enough, you understand probably 2.39%. Yeah, crazy, man. As I was talking about, back in like 1980 when we had the huge inflation problem, the 10-year went berserk, and at the same time as the 10-year going berserk, gold went parabolic and became a huge bubble and went up 6 times before it crashed. So that's kind of like the consensus of some people to think that this is an uptrend. It's going to go wild while inflation increases, and gold could follow and do the same thing it did back then. So far so good, right? All right, so near those lows, but not a little off of them. So the selling could continue. You can't be surprised, right? Here's your, oh my God, your Nasdaq's like at its lows pretty much.
One Mitch Dow.
What's up, contrarian? I mean, what's the point of having a Mitch Dow? Only seems like a way for people to get screwed or something at my hand, and I would like to never do that. You know? I mean, there's just no point of like creating a me Dow that people can buy into. Like, what's the intrinsic value? There's not. It's like this. I am the product. Right? And the product is like crowdsourced already. And like anytime you tip this stream, you're literally sourcing this. You're saying, you know what? I want this to keep going. And it's the only way. I mean, like, I don't, you know, the other means that streamers make money, I don't do that. I don't monetize the videos. I play copyright music to enhance the stream quality. I can't even have a membership on YouTube because I play copyright music. I don't do affiliate marketing. I don't have any, I've never had an official sponsor that's paid me money ever. So it's just like, yeah, that's it. So it is a DAO in itself already, kind of. Yeah, the DAOs are just free money. Yeah, I mean, the rug pulls and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, go ahead. Give me the ring of power. Yeah, thanks, dude. I don't want the ring of power, okay? I would have good intentions, but I would wield a power so great that I wouldn't be able to control it, and it would destroy me or something. And destroy others, which is, that's what I care about the most. Okay. So, I mean, I'm just sitting here while Bitcoin just sits there and it's just looking like it's about to collapse. Yeah, why not? We can look at Facebook if you want, dude. You talking about Facebook or Dumpster Fire? Should change the ticker to DF, not FB. Okay, the DF ticker is soon to touch its formal support resistance from February of 2018. That's critical. If you break that, tremendous downside potential. My God, dude, breaking that level based on historical price action, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up. Didn't go down every time, but straight down, straight up. The probability is high based on historical price action that if you break below 195 long enough, you're going to eventually see $150. something like Facebook, I would not be surprised. This thing is probably going to turn into not a big cap coin or a big cap stock anymore. It's a one-trick, one-show pony. It probably shouldn't have had the valuations it had. It's under scrutiny, lawsuits. You know, just look at user growth. There were like 94% of like millennials were using Facebook in like 2012, and now like 27% are using Facebook. It's terrible. Like they're collapsing. That's a type 2, LOL. Type 2, what you talking about? Where? Where's the type 2? I don't know. Sorry. You have to have the young crowd. Yeah. Dude, yeah. This one's like... And what'll happen, it's a cycle. It's like, you know, the Zoomers get into it, and then the marketing comes out for it to get them in, and then eventually the Boomers discover it, and the Boomers head on over, you know, and then years go by, and then the young people start migrating to another platform, and then the Boomers start really settling into that one, and they don't change, and it's like Facebook, right? It's just Boomer headquarters on Facebook. Boomer headquarters. Eventually, some other platform will become Boomer headquarters, and Facebook will at least literally die probably, because the Boomers will eventually all leave Facebook too.
What's up, Mitch? Thinking of getting a small bag into Doge? Any thoughts? Thanks.
I mean, good luck. That's my thought.
On the structure you have there.
Structure I have here? I don't have a structure here. Oh, I get it. You're saying that the 150 will be the type 2 of the bullish cipher. Yeah, dude. That'd be the most insane type 2 in human history of any chart ever, if that's a type 2. Sure, dude. I get what you're saying. That's funny. Thank you. Anonymous. Wow. I get it, man. Yeah, I mean, should I do it? You know, General Chat's telling me to declare a state of emergency. I think I will. Okay, chat. It is official. I declare state of emergency. There it is. It's been declared. That's all I can do. Somebody clip that, you know, so we can, you know, tell people about this. All right. This is serious business, man. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to take away all of your rights, but I promise, chat, I will give your rights back as soon as this crisis is over. All right. Yes, that means everyone must sacrifice their cryptos. Everyone must, you know, give me the passwords to all their phones so I can read every message you've sent to somebody. You know, all the stuff that must be done for your safety. Okay, it's for your own good. Trust me, bro. Y'all need General Chat's watching the stream. They don't even know it's happened. They don't even know their freedom's in jeopardy, man. Okay, yeah, so let's go ahead and Nasdaq futures, and I'm just hanging out, just waiting for Bitcoin to sell off a little more to hit session lows, but it's not right now. But guess what is hitting session lows as I'm speaking to you, as you breathe, pretty much at your lows of the day, your lows of the year, obviously, 2022. But you hadn't seen prices this low on the Nasdaq 100 futures since May 23rd of last year. And I think now you're getting real close to, you know, just in May 20th, you know, eventually I think 13,000 is probably the harder target. I think Link broke its do or die level. So did Dash and many others. They have broken supports. Yeah, what do you think this Citadel was about, man? Kidding. Yeah, man, we're just here, dude, and we're watching this. We like have a live futures dump going on. The negative Momo's building. And for Dogecoin, dude, I wouldn't buy it, but I don't think there's anything technically that makes sense to buy something as speculative as Doge right now in these market conditions. I think it's kind of psycho. But hey, you want to gamble, you just want to automatically lose a lot of money when the thing goes for full reset, go for it. But I'm saying I would not buy Doge right now. That's just me though. That's just my opinion, and I'm not telling you what to do with your money. That's right. Submit your digital ID and be destroyed. What's likely to be the government's response? Well, maybe not the government's response, but the Fed's response will be to be more dovish and to back off on interest rate hikes. That'll happen. Probably is gonna happen, dude. I mean, one of these days, breaking these supports, you'll get a limit down. This is like starting. I mean, eventually people will be like, "Yep." People, all these banks, institutions, they have technical analysts too that are looking at these support resistances, and they're like, "Dude, you just broke that. Why would they want anything to do with it? Why would they want to be in this, breaking critical supports like that when there's just very little support and the Fed is tightening,
How
right?"
much can we look at BHP Group Limited, please? Thinking about adding it to my hold account. Thanks.
So Kevin Hindsight, thanks for 2020 repeating course. Yeah, we'll do it, man.
Just catching up. You talk about ATL Russia and US bonds. Thoughts on RSX on weekly? You're the best.
What's up, Jared? Thanks for 20. No, we didn't. I didn't think about that, but we will look at it. Where their market was crashing, but their bonds all-time lows. Yikes. Something was interesting that I saw, posted it about it in Patreon last night, but like, in 2010, Russia had $176 billion worth of U.S. bonds or government debt, U.S. government debt, and now they only have I think like 9 billion or something like that, 10 billion. Like they like completely transitioned out of like participating with the United States economically, right? That's kind of telling, isn't it? Yeah, and they've been putting that money instead of from bonds into gold. Yes, it's the composite, man. It's Russia. They're the composite operator of gold right now, or one of them. Oh yeah, let's get those requests real quick. PHP.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei.
Sorry. This is the BHP group. Wow, dude. Well, this was amazing. Wow, I haven't been here in a really long time. Holy crap. Well, that played out, and it's outperforming too. So you're kind of off value areas, right? You're kind of now like, I do love this asset above 66.44. I do love that it broke it and then back tested it as support to fill the gap. So that's your cutoff, I think. If you were trying to long this, you would want to have a stop loss probably below that 66 area. Doesn't that make sense? Why, right? Below that, the price action is straight up, straight down, straight up. Yeah, so you would just probably to protect yourself. That'd be a good area. So you're kind of close enough to it. You filled gaps. There is the next gap to fill on this one is going to be around 75, 71. That would be your first target if you were wanting to long this, if you wanted to own this. It's a gap fill. What the heck? Where'd it go? Right there. It's the gap fill. So yeah, just a little bit of consolidation, kind of like a wedge going on, a little pennant.
China and Russia have enough resources together to isolate from the free world.
Yep. I would imagine they would. Russia has like the most rich land for natural resources in the world. So you kind of got like that going. You like an impulse up and then bullish or just somewhat of consolidation. That's what I'm saying. Like, you just protect yourself. I can't be like it's actionable for a long based on a bunch of different variables. It's actually showing bearish divergence on the daily. A bearish been a baby, but it didn't really matter. Just back tested and held support. So what was once support is confirmed as support again. So that's what I like about it. I like about it above the 200-day moving average. So it could very well break upward. This is metals and minerals. Oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all if it stayed above $66. If you stay above $66 long enough, eventual target. Well, you got the gap filled. There's also this high right here. Also that $74 high, or maybe let's just say right there was created, 73.87. That's your upside potential, your next upside potential, right? Okay, BHP, nice. RSX on the weekly. Is the Russia ETF? Yeah, big yikes, man. Disgusting. Clearly those are your levels, right? Yeah, that's it. So, just looking at this, I wouldn't touch this crap till 1265. It's kind of a range. It's a weekday range, and it's dumping. And I don't even think you'd say there's a formal harmonic. There wasn't even enough. So, to me, where it is, it seems like what it's trying to hold on to is just like right here. I don't think it's very strong. It's just like a. It's not even touching it. I hadn't even tested that either way, right? Kind of like right there. You know, so $18 kind of. That'll probably be where it. Oh my god. Yeah, I think that's where it's headed. And I want, if it breaks $18, you understand there's literally kind of nothing until much lower prices. So yeah. Just because they can be they can be dependent on themselves, or they're self-sufficient without the U.S. or the West. Don't think that's gonna translate on charts. On charts, it'll probably go into a depression, right? But hey, congrats on being able to make crappy products by yourself. You know, whatever. And have fun being poor, cutting yourself off from the West. That's for sure. They will be poor, really poor, doing something like that. But anyway, so Bitcoin's kind of off its lows by much. Not by much. We can isolate it from the free world, but our citizens have like third world lifestyle. Nice. Okay, well, I'm gonna get out of here since Bitcoin's not dumping anymore at its lowest low of the day. So thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. I really appreciate it. Thanks for being here. And if craziness happens, I might be here late or something. You never know. But just be in the Discord so you get notified when I go live, because you will not get notified by YouTube. It will fail you. And you'll be like, I missed that stream. I can't believe it, dude. Get in the Discord. Pinned above.
Just wanted to know how wrecked Russia gonna get. Thanks.
Oh, it'll get real wrecked if they start doing stupid stuff. And we've already started imposing. This is delayed. But my god, dude. Soybeans is literally mooning, dude. Soybeans is going berserk right now. 10 minutes ago it was going berserk. Sorry. I mean, like, yeah. Look at this thing, man. Soybeans, unstoppable Jesus asset right now. Can I leave the stream without something happening somewhere on the market? Thanks. Wow. Pump it, soybeans. Yeah, soy bulls, exactly. All right. So, for the third time, thanks for everything. I'll be back. Until next time, respect the T. Hey. Oh my god.
Just catching up. You talk about ADL Russian and US bonds.
Oh wait,
Thoughts
sorry, that's a
on
duplicate, my
RSX
bad.
on
I don't know
weekly?
why it does that.
You the
Different
best.
overlay.
call Crypto Bulls learning Chinese.
What's up, Kills for 11? Thanks for repeating, of course. Thank you. You learn Chinese.
dip.